You know, if you do any kind of sports, starting your session off with a warm-up will be quite a typical way to begin. And depending what your sport is, that warm-up's going to vary. And again, you know, different places that do jiu-jitsu, that do MMA, they're going to do loads of different types of warm-ups. So how do we do warm-ups? You know, the big things that I worry about are my neck, my shoulders, my knees, not my toes.
Fire! Head, shoulders, not the toes, not the toes.
You've obviously got to be careful with your eyes, your ears, your mouth and your nose, but the main thing to worry about is your neck, your shoulders, your knees, and not so much your toes.
Fire!
So when we do start warming up, you know, we'll usually start warming up our shoulders, circles, forwards, backwards, up and down, getting those nice and warm. If it's a quieter session, I do like to get my balls out, getting some press-ups in, bit of instability on the ball, good for getting your shoulders ready in all those different planes of motion. After that, we start mobilising our necks, forwards, backwards, left and right, isometric holds. And you know, if you're doing MMA as well, there's quite a lot of research now that suggests if you've got a stronger neck, it's harder for you to get concussed, which if you're doing any kind of combat sports, that's something you really want to be protecting yourself from. And then after that, hopping up and down the room on the ball, knee ride one side to the other, that bit of instability, really good, getting that joint used to all the different kinds of pressures. And, you know, it's not, you know, these aren't just things we've come up on their own. There's studies, I'll put a link below, especially like rugby, American football. They're doing really very, very similar warm-ups to what they're doing, and it is reducing the number of injuries, the number of concussions, like massively. You know, like doing basic warm-ups like this. Again, with some sport-specific things like shrimps, reverse shrimps, sit-throughs, really similar to what the rugby guys, the American football guys are doing. It's more than halving the number of injuries they're getting. And I think, you know, since we've made this warm-up like religious, neck injuries, we don't have neck injuries, shoulder injuries. Yeah, they reduce injuries massively. And, you know, long-term, you want to be looking after yourself and making sure that you are going to last for the duration. So I hope that was informative. If you're not trained before, you know, that's what to expect in the first 10 or 15 minutes of the session. Yeah, cheers.